we had gotten to this market and we were managing it, some out of the Somerville market and things like that, and we needed boots on the ground here. And then lo and behold, here comes Scott, man, and you've done an incredible job in
Okay.
Conway. So like,
Okay.
moving super rapidly. That's one of the benefits of being in a new market is like you kind of get to grow with the market, so you don't walk in day one with 900 projects. And um, but we're excited about this, man. And like it's taken off so well here. We're putting in the office and we're building out the support staff, and like you're the flagship guy, man. It started with you.
Yeah, it's cool.
So it's
It's
pumped,
cool.
man. So like talk about, a little bit about like what your past was like. Like what other jobs, how did you get into the construction industry altogether?
So when I was early 20s, I worked at a golf course and I became a golf pro, but the course would close in the wintertime. So my brother's always been framing and doing things with construction. So every winter I would go work with him until the course opened back up, and then I'd go back to golf. And then eventually I got to the point where I just went to straight construction because the golf, I started having kids and things like that, and it just wasn't paying the bills. So I went to construction, and then I moved down here and got into different aspects of the construction. I've done gutters, insulation. Back in New York was framing, siding, roofing. Basically, I've learned every aspect of the build, and then came here and became a superintendent working with my brother for Nations Homes, and then it just turned into almost like I always thought it was his passion, but once I was doing it and then I stepped away for a little bit and came back to it, I realized that I have a real passion for it too.
Right. Yeah, no, it's absolutely evident that you do because you just get excited about it. Like, we were joking about this before it started. Like, what's the roles and responsibilities of a project manager in a new market for the Barndo Co. And you get some not work like not building stuff that you're getting to like setting this up and like
Right.
orchestrating this and making sure that we're here. And like we got trades live action right now. Like we've been
Yeah.
sitting here the whole time. Like every time we turn the cameras on, here they come, right? But it's cool. It's cool. It's a cool experience to just be sitting down here and seeing this thing run. And we're 4 hours away from our headquarters office. And like, that this family is so excited. They're a couple weeks away from being able to move into their dream home. And like, this thing has went by blazing fast. Like
Yeah.
it's, you really turned it up here, with the ability to produce efficiently. And, I think one of the biggest challenges that we've had in the past is like launching new areas and like trying to figure out like how do we do that with subs and stuff. And then you hire someone who's experienced, who's also from the area, and then you come in and you're like, I got a guy. And so, then you go through the course of like, hey, does this person understand what we're doing and all this kind of stuff. And we kind of build out these like dream teams in new markets. And you've been a huge piece of that. Like finding the right person. I think that's one thing. Like if I was going to give advice to another company about launching a new market, is you better make sure you got the right people, that can operate in an additional capacity for a short period of time until that they can operate solely in the responsibility that is their job, right? And so like you just rise to the occasion. Like you're always doing special projects and
Hmm.
working on different things. And but what's really fun is like you bring ideas too. Like you be like, hey man, yeah, absolutely, let's do this. Like you come up with like crazy ideas. And like you popped up in Raleigh at the home show. Like so it's fun, man. Like I think everybody here is like massively bought into the vision. And you're excited about your market, but you're also excited about new markets. And doing that. And like your whole family came up for the summer bash and like ran the little table with
Hmm.
tattoos and glow sticks and all that stuff for the
Yeah.
kids. And like it's just fun. It's fun to see people have a place where like you can be involved beyond just a job.
Right.
What's that been like for you guys, like, or for you?
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing. Because I don't know the exact wording, but was it if you love what you do, you're not really working? That's
Right,
kind of, I think I've heard it on the podcast before, but
right,
it definitely fits in how I'm feeling, you know.
right.
Um, and being that right now this is the only one that I'm doing, I kind of wanted to get involved with the company in other ways. So that's why, I went to the Raleigh show and came up for the summer bash to support that and just kind of meet everybody and be around everyone. And like when I went to the the quarterly.
Yep.
You know, I didn't meet anyone in person before, and then it turned into be it's almost feels like family like right away. So it's great.
So I guess in being in this area and like getting your feet wet, like it is a blessing, like we talked about, like to be able to come in and just have a couple jobs here. The cool thing is like you got like a massive pipeline getting built out right now. You got it's coming, like, and we told you like
Yeah.
this is the honeymoon phase, and then it'll be overwhelming, you know, and then you got to think like with an office coming and a full sales team coming and a marketing team coming and like all the things that'll happen, this will become a stable market like every other market that has brick and mortar and staff in it. Like the growth that'll come. And so like opportunities then to bring in more project management and other things, and the ability to kind of like be involved in that build up and that, you know, leading in that team and the growth down here. There is an advantage to being the first guy, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like you can get it wrong. You can get someone who's really good at what the job requirements are. But again, building that bridge, like Alicia, like before she hops in her car and heads back to Somerville, looks at you and goes, "Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
we're gonna put some driftwood in the showroom. Can you go down to the beach and find some driftwood?" And she would never ask that question if she knew that you would be like, "Absolutely," you know.
Right.
So it's fun. Like the things that we do, I think we give the ability for you to say no. We also give you the ability to bring ideas and execute on that. I remember you had started with the company. You were here for like 2 weeks, and you're sending me messages like, "Hey, I seen this shop. Hey, I seen this area. I seen this," and we weren't 100% certain that we were going to build an office here yet. But I was like, Scott's like, "We're building one," you know. I was like, you know, and then same thing kind of happened. Like, you know, I told the Holsters like they kind of connected us to the Miracle League, but you had kind of saw how we operate up here, and you were like, "We got one. Like, we got one down here. Like, I already went by there." Like, and I remember there was another. I guess your kids were playing ball at a park, and you were like calling me like, "Hey, let's go in and redo this bathroom and the dugouts." And so like finding that kind of buy-in, you know, it's cool for me. Like, you know, like, yeah, obviously we got to be really good at building barndominiums, but building community and like finding the right person who sees that and has a passion for giving back, that's hard to find. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to the Barndo Show podcast. If you're watching on YouTube or wherever you're listening to this content, hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And then be sure to check us out on all of our social media platforms at the Barndo Co. Super simple to find us. And then when you're ready to dive in a little more, maybe look around some of our available floor plan options or take a look at the gallery of our work, or maybe you're ready to connect with our team and explore what it looks like to build your dream barndominium, you can visit us online at thebarndoco.com.